Hey class, thanks for hopping back in. Just wanted to tell you a couple things about box plots that may or should be a refresher, some things to see, and something that's helped our students in the past. So right here we have just a visual for you um, of this box plot, and I just call it box plot basics. Just basically everything what each spot of the box plot is and represents, and how they're made up. So again, you have the box there in the middle. Starting there in the middle of that box is the median right there in the middle. You have quartile one on the left, which is that it's sometimes referred to as the lower quartile. So you'll see them called either of those. This quartile three, upper quartile, and then you have your minimum over here. You have your maximum over here, and then you have that interquartile range right here, which makes up your. If you remember, each of these being 25%, 25%, 25%. You've seen me do this a couple times now, but each of those representing 25% of the data. So it makes sense that your smallest piece all the way to your largest piece is representing 100% of your data because you add up each of those 25 pieces. Some things to keep in mind when looking at these box plots, kind of from this would be more of a middle school standpoint, but from the minimum to the maximum, you have your what we call the range again. So our range is the max minus the min. So you take your highest piece, you subtract your lowest piece, and that just really tells you kind of how far apart your highest piece of data and lowest piece of data are. You have this middle 50%. You just looking at things in percents is really good. And then again, this is the most symmetric you can get box plot there, but we just know that they don't always look like that. I've got an example just down below here of this one. There, and it's not symmetric, right? It looks like what we've talked about obviously previously is probably an outlier up there, something that just not necessarily belonging with the data, but we include it. And each of these pieces are still 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, but we just don't. Just to our eyes, it looks like it shouldn't be, but it is. It just means that this 25% of the data here is more spread out than this 25% of the data, and so on and so forth. The reason that I have this, hopefully it's not making you too hungry, the reason I have this Hershey's bar here is just to keep in mind, like, box plots essentially mimic one of these traditional Hershey bars. You have your median right here in the middle, which is your most middle piece of data. If you line them up biggest to smallest, here is your interquartile range, because this is quartile 3. This is quartile 1. So that would be, you would subtract those two to get your middle 50% there. This is like your minimum. This is like your maximum. So you have all 5 of these spaces here. This essentially is the box. And then you have your whiskers there and there. But I like to use this example. Previous math teachers use this example as well. It just makes you really understand that each of these, they are 25%. Even if they don't look it when we get a picture like down below, they're designed to be like one of these Hershey's bars where each of these pieces are representing an equal percentage. So just more of a visual for you. But again, some things that we cannot tell from a box plot. We can't tell looking at this if this is going to show data from a survey. We don't know how many people took the survey. It could be 5 people. It could be 100 people. It could be 1,000 people. It could be 1,000,000 people. These just represent these values: the lowest answer, the highest answer, the very middle answer, the middle of the lowest answer, and the middle of the highest answer. Some things that are good. Knowing those percentages will really help you understand this and what those pieces mean. And that's all. I wanted to keep this video short and sweet, so hopefully that helps you guys as you start examining box plots a little bit more and comparing them to one another and really analyzing them. When there's a story that goes along with it, it obviously helps. So I'll let you guys get to your first practice, your Edge Elastic. Let us know if we can help. Thanks for tuning in.